Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Reclaimed American Podcast, your number one source for learning how to get shit done. I'm your host, Shad Turner. So, shall we begin? On today's show, we're going to be covering changing an overhead light. Like, in a laundry room, a hallway, a bathroom, whatever, that kind of light. In this case, we will be changing out the light in my laundry room. It's one of the old style with the glass dome and all that. And we're trying to modernize everything. Make all the light fixtures in the house look the same so it has a nice uniform look to everything. So the light we're changing out today is going to be putting this in. Lovely light, got it at Costco. You'll notice that trend going as I do all these videos. I love Costco for everything. Anyway, so we're changing out the light and shouldn't take that long. This should be like a 5 to 10 minute project per light. So I'm going to change this one out. Then I've got one in the hallway that I need to change out. But you're only going to see the laundry room. But for this project, you're going to need a ladder because you need to be able to get up to the ceiling. Doesn't need to be a big one. In this case, I'm using an aluminum ladder from Harbor Freight. This is one of those ones that you can extend the legs and make it anywhere from like a 3-foot ladder up to an 8-foot ladder. Works great. Was like $120. If you search online, you can always find a 20% off coupon for Harbor Freight good for one item only. But if you only buy that one big ticket item per trip, you can always use it every single time. So you need a ladder, you need a screwdriver. Highly recommend a multi-purpose screwdriver, or multi-bit. These have flathead on one side, Phillips on the other, small side, big side. So you can get these pretty cheap, $5 or less, usually at Home Depot, Lowe's, wherever. And they work really well. FYI, if you go to Lowe's and you're a veteran, sign up for the veteran discount. You save 10% every time you shop. Once you're set up in their system, you just give them your phone number, tell them you're adding your veteran discount. Works every single time. Home Depot, I've always had hit or miss results with them. But anyways, Lowe's. So that's what you need. This is a simple project. The box comes with damn near everything you need to get the project done. So let's begin. Alright, so this is a light fixture that we're changing out. Now, I know what you're thinking. Isn't it going to be dangerous playing with electricity? Well, yes. So don't do it. Now, what I mean by that is it's a light fixture. Guess what you can always do? You can turn off the light. Awesome concept, right? So anyways, so you turn off the light, let the dome cool down a little bit if it's hot. Fortunately, I didn't have it on very long, so we're good to go. Now this has got those annoying little thumb screws that go around it. You really only need to loosen about 2 of them, and it should pull away, like so. Then you unscrew whatever light bulb you've got in here. I've been using LED lights for quite some time. I like anything in the 3,000 range or less. I do not like it when you get into the upper ranges, 4,000, 5,000. Because when you get up that high, the light becomes more blue, and blue light screws with us. And by us, I mean people in general. So now what you've got, once you get the dome off by loosening the little thumb screws, at least 2 of them, the dome comes off, unscrew the light bulb, and then you need to remove the fixture itself. Typically, these are held in place by a couple of screws. In this case, I'm seeing 1 screw actually holding it in place. So typically, these are going to be flathead screws because people don't like Phillips. I don't know. Drives me nuts. I hate flathead screws. Now, as you're doing this, you are going to, depending on how long your fixture has been here, mine has been kind of painted in place. So if you're using the flathead side, you can kind of go around the base of the light fixture with the flathead of the screwdriver and kind of cut the paint so that when you start trying to pull this thing off, it, one, comes off easily. Two, you don't want it to pull the paint off your ceiling, because it will happen. Not that I've done that or anything. And usually with a little twist, you will loosen the screw that's holding onto your light fixture. Kind of a crappy little rusted ass screw. And then you can pull down gently, exposing the wires that are up on the inside. Now once you get to this point, it's pretty simple. You have two wires, a white and a black. All you need to do, loosen the wire nuts that are on here. Now again, this will be without any power on it because you turned the light switch off. However, if you worry about it and you're scared that you still could get electrocuted, always wear gloves. Or if you're really uncomfortable, just pay someone to do it. So once this is off, you'll want to inspect your wires. In this case, I'm glad I did because it's an old house and the insulation is actually cracked right here and right here on the two wires. So what I am going to do is I need to go get my electrical tape and put some tape on it, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so got my electrical tape. Basically it's just a black vinyl type of tape. Creates a little bit of a seal between the copper conductor of your wire and the rest of the world. So if your insulation is cracked or cut, you definitely want to seal it off, because otherwise you can get a spark between that and piece of metal, your skin, and that would be a very bad day because then you'll get electrocuted. So we don't want that. But anyway, so I'm going to cut off a piece of electrical tape about 5 inches long, wrap it around where the cut is. Sometimes you can do this by just keeping it on the roll and going around it. If you're in a spot where there's limited space, you can just cut off a small piece and then start wrapping it around. Kind of start below the spot you're trying to cover and then start wrapping it up and over, and then come back down. And as you do this, you will effectively seal off any split in the insulation and make it to where you should not have any issues. Alright, so that one's done. Now I see why I only had one screw holding the light fixture in. It's because the screws are rusted as hell, and the box that's in here holding the wires is old and brittle, and it literally has busted off one screw. So that's one of those things that you have to look for. If you end up with this problem and you feel you need to replace the box, go to the store, buy a new box, call an electrician, whatever you need to do to get it fixed up right. For the moment, since I need a light in here, I'm going to go ahead and just use the one screw that's there and see how it holds up. Might even be able to get another screw to thread in where it broke, and there might still be enough space up above the break for it to hold on tight. Yesterday did not go according to plan. Originally that was supposed to have been a quick 10-minute thing to change out a light fixture, and instead now I'm going on to day 2 of this project. Turns out that after I paused the last segment, after I wrapped up the wires, I tried to remove the screw from the box, broke the box beyond a point of usability, go to the store, get a replacement, come back, and in all the process of me doing what I was doing, I ended up breaking the sheetrock out. And so now I get to replace sheetrock, put in a new box, redo the wiring, and finally put up a light. So that's pretty much going to do this video for today. So tune in next week when I will give you the conclusion to this project, and we'll go from there. But anyways, thanks for watching. Don't forget to find me on LinkedIn as Shad Turner. You can find me on Instagram as Reclaimed American and Facebook as Reclaimed American. So thanks for watching. Tune in next time, and I'll see y'all then. Have a good one.